Hello everyone, this is Merritt Trainboy speaking, and today I am going to show you some recent purchases that I got from the Rocky Mountain Train Show at Denver Mart that I went to this year. In case if you haven't seen the video of it yet, there is a link in the video's description. Give it a click and take a look. So let's get started, and coming up, we have two tender engines that are missing their tenders, a few unboxing shots, and something which I sort of made the wrong choice, apparently. First up, we have some take-along and take-and-play engines to take a look at. So here's the first one, and this is a take-along James. And by looking at the labels on him and his tender, this was how much he had cost me. He looks like he's in fairly good condition, although there's a little bit of dings on him. Mostly on the tender, kind of. But I guess a little paint will be able to help James shine. So here's our next engine, and this is a take-and-play Percy. And like James, this was how much he had cost me. This Percy too looks like he is in good condition, only with a few dings that we can see. And since we have Percy on our minds, here is another take-and-play Percy. But this time, this is a talking one, and this is how much it had cost me as well. As we give these two Percys a spin round, you can tell the difference between the two. Except for those pesky white labels on them, if you know what I mean. Alright, now let's listen to what Percy has got to say.
Hello, I'm Percy. I'm the number 6 green engine. It's my job to deliver the mail. I am a really useful engine.
If you remembered when these type of talking trains were first released, they also featured a chuffing sound while they're in motion. But apparently this one doesn't, so this must be a later version. And speaking of talking trains, here are a couple more, which are Edward and Gordon. And both of them had cost the same price. Here for Gordon, he has that feature while he's in motion by making chuffing sounds. But unfortunately for Edward, he doesn't. So I'm guessing that he doesn't have that feature, or the batteries need to be changed. As we give these two models a spin round, we can see that both of them are in fairly good condition, except for a little paint chips on the roof. Now let's have a listen to what Gordon has got to say.
Hello, I'm Gordon. I'm the number 4 blue engine. Express coming through. Oh, the indignity.
Now for Edward's turn. As you can see, I'm trying to get him to talk, but he doesn't seem to be working. So apparently the batteries inside this model do need to be changed. After I got the old dead batteries out and put in the fresh new ones in, I had found that this model has chuffing sounds. I thought it wouldn't have that feature at all, but it does. Now let's listen to what Edward has got to say.
Hello, I'm Edward. I'm the number 2 blue engine. A steady engine is a really useful engine. Blistering boilers.
Next, since we left those take-along and take-and-play engines, we have 2 items, which are from the Thomas & Friends wood range. Here we have Gordon and Annie and Clarabel, and both of them are in the old designs from last year. Let's open them up, shall we? So here they are out of their packagings, and we'll take a look at Gordon first. As you can see, this model of Gordon looks totally ridiculous. I bet you guys can tell how these type of trains looked back then. All that less paintwork and everything. When I compare it to a wooden railway Gordon model, you can see the difference, and that the wood Gordon model is a lot much shorter than the other wooden Gordon. As for the tender, it looks just like a wooden block on wheels, which is totally lazy looking, but it also reminds me of some other wooden railway stock that I've seen before. So for right now, I'm just going to toss this Gordon to a side. Now let's have a look at Annie and Clarabel. As you know, both of them each come with a figure that you can place in Annie and Clarabel to give them a ride. Or, of course, have them be standing off the train. And before you ask why I got these old versions of Annie and Clarabel instead of the new ones, it's because I thought that these two look a bit more highlighted than their newer versions. But then I figured that decision that I have made was unfortunately a mistake. So I'm now wishing I got the new versions of Annie and Clarabel instead of these. But I still wanted to see how they look with the original Wood Thomas model, so here he is. But so for right now, I'm just gonna put them back in their packagings, because I still wish I got the new versions of Annie and Clarabel. Next, we have 2 of these new Bachman Thomas & Friends rolling stocks. We have a water tanker and a fruit and vegetable van. So let's get them open. So here they are out of their packagings, and we can see the details on them look excellent. And here they are again on my HO layout, so we can give them a test ride pulled by Thomas. Well, that was a good test ride for these two new rolling stocks, which will make a fine addition to my Bachman Thomas collection. And finally, here we have a Bachman Tidmouth Sheds. And by looking at this yellow sticky note, which was on the box, this was how much I had paid for. And let me just take that plastic wrapping off the box real quick. There we go. All that plastic wrapping is off the box. Now that I have Tidmouth Sheds, I will be able to place it on that spot on my HO layout. And weeks later, I have finally got it built, and now my Bachman trains have a nice little home to live in. That's all I got from the Rocky Mountain Train Show this year. Hope you guys have enjoyed looking at them. And stay tuned for some more videos of Merritt Trainboy Productions. So, until next time, thanks for watching everyone. This is Merritt Trainboy, signing off.